Evening up. Home again. Ready for my daily Dosh in my new Apple car livery. Hope it doesn't offend any Windows users. But you really should get an Apple computer. Pick one up now for less than 500 quid. I've got no audio on to listen to per se because I've got the Artemis broadcast. Oh, get off! Hey Siri, louder. I did look for an Artemis livery, but there wasn't one. I've got some decals to make my own Artemis livery, which I'll do after this. I've already put some decals in my account. Splashdown tomorrow. Evening, quite late. Traction control, I've not had a look at it yet. Right, let's have a look at traction. 2. Oh, that's alright, I'll leave it on that for the minute. There we go. Now we're cooking on full gas. Remember in my previous videos I do this in about 1:40, but that won't be for a couple of laps yet while we get out of traffic and warm some tyres up a bit and get a bit lighter on the fuel. So probably by lap 6, 7 I'll be on 1:41 lap time, I reckon. I don't get dented too much. I'll drop hints when I think I'm getting close. Yeah, 1:30 here. That's getting close to it, but not really there yet. Yeah, so there's 1:41, so we're that much off there. So we're 5 seconds off going rate. Get out of this boyfriend meeting here on the corner of the street here. Naughty boys. Getting each other's phone numbers, it looks like. Oh, no, I've buggered it up now. Okay, keep going, keep going. No sub-minute 40s here at the moment. Look like. Coming down though. Coming down. I said 6, then I lap 6, so we'll see. Great. That's better. Being in the way to distract me, you see. Now I've got something in the way. Look at it. Two minutes lap here. Yeah, 2 minutes. So that's spin off. I better put some traction back on that again. Helicopters! It's supposed to be there on a minute. Same car, different livery. Better? That wasn't. Hit the wall, I think. Sure I did. That's more like it. That is a lot more like it. Better. It's better to do this when you're collecting the daily bonus. If you don't intend to race much, just use a nice circuit you like, and then collect the daily bonus, while picking up quite a fair bit of money as well at the end of half an hour. So I'm halfway through. It means when you do come here seriously, you're well versed in every nook and cranny of the road, like I do. Can't yet do it blindfolded, mind, but there you go. Exciting to blind this game. That's the best I've done it today, that lap, on that corner there. Still over a minute getting there, so I'm not impressed myself. Well, the timing is impressed. Interesting. Oh, minute 20 should be here, that's good. This could be a good lap time. Yeah, that was good. Let's see where we go. Where's the minute 30? There. So we could be on for a minute 39 finally. Be my ideal. No, it's not 3 seconds away, is it? No. Best time of the day, though, is it? Yes, best time of the day. So there we go. I have done it in less than a minute 40. But I'm buggered if I can remember what car it was. I think it was a Formula 1 car I used. After that, I kept cutting this corner up so much. Yes, it might have, unless I made it up here. Everywhere else I'm perfect with. Now 31. Yes, I'm still on schedule, but it's no blue time. No, it's not. I reckon I used a different car. I have. It is on video how I did it, but I can't remember how a week ago it was. It was a minute 39. It's remarkable. Got these corners spot on, so it must have been in a Formula 1 car. On a Monday on my day off, so I had to look for it. I probably could find it on YouTube, but I have done it in a minute 39. Don't know if I saved the film. I can replay. Wasn't bad for an out lap, was it? All that fuel on board as well. I reckon I'd cut the corners on that 1 minute 39 Formula 1 car. I reckon I'd cut the corners a bit more. Quite vulnerable here, that's why I put the traction control back. I spin out there quite a bit, so I'm being cautious. Oh, this could be good. This could be good. Baby, yes! That's what you do, you turn the traction control off where you can. That's how I got my minute 39. Gotta be. Only turn it on at the nasty bit. Okay, let's see what happens now. Traffic probably going to ruin it. I'm not here just to get a minute 39, we're just here to get the daily bonus. But you might as well do a bit more than that and get the... oh, he got out of the way. That's the first time I've seen one get out of the way properly. That's mad. Why didn't they done it before? You could see him clearly move over to the right. I've never seen that. I'm in front before. That's really unusual. You need to see more of it. Look, he won't get out of the way, look. Well, well, well. Finally, someone gets out the bloody way. $39, $30. Oh, liking this, liking this. Foul me over. 39, 40 again. No, 41. So it is a minute 40 without traction. Oh. Not like me to be the troublemaker, but there you go. Oh well. Bucket that one up. About the same time as per usual. Hey Siri, louder. I do believe you got out of the way then. Did, thank you. To be a minute 42 this one. Takes 10 seconds to get to the start finish line. Minute 42. And the rest. Okay. rub it up. Right, like this. This is a good time. This is a better time than the last three, I think. Yep, so a minute to the next corner. Be on 60 seconds on the next corner. Let's have a look. Yeah, about the same. About the same. Not expecting a purple time here. No. Don't think so. 20 to the end. So I'm behind. 30 to the windmill. Yeah. About a minute 42. That's what it'll be. Four. There. 1, 2. There we go. That's today's mileage done, as well as getting a decent wad of cash. 26 minutes this time. That's much better.
About 10 minutes later, the drogue chutes will deploy at 7:03, and then the main chutes will be right behind them a minute later, 7:04, and we'll see those three main parachutes come out, leading down to splashdown at 7:07.
Ooh. Oops.
So kind of like a winter day in Houston, and it's crew's loving it. So everything is looking really well from the vehicle standpoint. All right, we'll start with questions here in the room. Please raise your hand if you have a question. Eric.
Eric Berger, Ars Technica. Thanks for doing this. Question for either Amit or Jeff, I think. Back a little more than a decade ago, the Curiosity mission had its 7 minutes of terror. And I'm not trying to insult anything, but I wanted to sense of the 13 minutes of entry interface and class of how we should be thinking about it. That's the 13 minutes of what?
It's 13 minutes of things that have to go right. I have a whole checklist in my head that we're going through of all the things that have to happen. The forward bay cover has to come off. The drogues have to come out, the main chutes have to deploy, the reefing systems have to cut, and we have to get the touchdown angle alignment correct, and then hit the water correctly. And even prior to that, right, we've got the CMSM separation between the service module and the crew module. That has to go right, and then you have the heat shield that has to work. So it's not so much 13 minutes, it's more in my head about an hour and a half of things that have to go right, and that's the way I think of them.
Okay, we'll take another question here in the room. Jackie, go ahead.
Hi there. Question I think for Jeff. I just wanted to check yesterday. I think the schedule moved around quite a bit as they were troubleshooting. I think it was an oxygen pressurization issue in the service module. Can you walk us through what that issue is, how long it's been a concern, and whether or not it's the big factor here that's outstanding? Thank you.
Sure. So it's actually not an oxygen tank issue. It's oxidizer. It's in the propulsion system, not in the breathable atmosphere system. And so it's one of our two-part propulsion system, which allows us to burn in space. We are seeing what is a small leak in our pressuring system. The leak is not to space; it's internal to the system, or across some of our valves. And we really need to characterize that to see what, if any, modifications we might need to make in the future. And so we had some time in the timeline dedicated to some other activities, right? Having the crew pilot the vehicle again. And it made more sense for us to go ensure that we fully understood the characterization of the service module and the pressurization system, because we don't get the service module back, right? It's something that we jettison. So we all thought, right, the flight control team, working in conjunction with our mission management team, and of course our engineering teams, made the decision to go spend more time to characterize that situation, because it was more important, and we'd already gotten the data out of the manual piloting demos that we previously had. So that's why we changed the timeline and ensured we could really characterize the vehicle.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Marcia. Go ahead.
Associated Press for you, Amit. I know all the data and all the analyses points the way for a safe splashdown tomorrow, but still, human emotion must be at play. How tense, stressed are you? So much is riding on this mission. All eyes will be, so focused on all this tomorrow around the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would
there's no question that we'll all be anxious, and you know, they'll all be with the families. We'll be with them. We'll all be together. You know, I have full confidence in the team. They do too. You know, that we've been with them the whole time, and so you know, we've done the work. It's impossible to say you don't have irrational fears left, right? But I'd tell you I don't have any rational fears about what's going to happen. We've done the work we need to, and we have full confidence in the team, the recovery team, the full team analysis, the work we did. Some of them, yeah.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Irene.
Irene, thoughts with Aviation Week, probably for Amit. At this point in the mission, how many insight anomalies have been or pending for action after?
Question on the phone bridge from Ken Chang with the New York Times.
Hi, thank you. I guess I'm following up on the previous question. So with the loss of the over
Rugby nut. That's a sensible colour. That's got to be Wolverhampton colours. Whoops. See, it can be done. In any car. Hello, Jay. Hey! Brr. Come on, Wixie. $27 laps? Oh, you're bloody good.
We still have capability in the spacecraft and are operating in a case where all of our burns
Yeah.
they've done exactly what we've expected to. Of course, we performed return trajectory correction burn 1 a couple days ago, and it went just fine. We hit our targets, and we're actually seeing that our targets are very close to what we predicted, so our correction burns don't need to be as much as we had protected for, which is a good thing to note. We're doing another trajectory correction tonight, and then there'll be the final one tomorrow before entry. All of those are done actually without the pressurization system that we're characterizing. We're operating in a case where we're in blowdown, which means that we already have full pressure in the prop tanks to be able to perform these burns. Even if we had, a 3 sigma dispersion, we still have plenty of prop pressurization to do the burns. So we don't see any impact to entry at this time. And of course, we will, jettison the service module, and that's where the system is. And of course, the crew module jets that we'll use actually on re-entry are unaffected at this time.
If you look at the lap time, 1:51, I can beat that. So if I can get a shot at joining this race, win it, I don't know what the price is. That's quite slow, 1:45, isn't it? 1:45, I'm normally doing 1:40, 1:41, so if I do get to join this, I might be able to show the Germans how to drive a car. Just saying. So I'm going to hang out with this one and see what happens. Then I can join it. Oh, hello. Full of dirt. Oh. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Let's see if we can find the leader. There he is. Freaking how's he got on the side of that? Gentlemen. Yeah. Gentlemen driving club. Oh, I'll be able to win this if I can get on and join it. Oh, a little bit shaky on that corner of mine. Let's watch the time. Let's watch the time. 140 there. Yeah, I can win this. If I can get into this race and join them, I should come out tops. Number 2's a bit of a bully. Livery's good, but he's a bit of a nasty bugger. He is. I don't think he likes being second and that far back somehow. I'm sure I saw him hit somebody in front. This guy. Blimey! Come on, you two, finish it off. What are you doing? In VR? He's got damage and tyres are going, but his fuel's alright. He's aiming for a minute 42, I reckon. Very jerky, isn't he? Maybe I can join a race now. Ooh.
Let's see, in terms of gathering data from reentry, then once it gets back, we're recording data on board that we don't get down on the ground in real time, and we'll use all of that information that we record on board at a much higher rate than we can actually pass it down through our communication systems to be able to ensure we fully understand what occurred.
I'd like to follow up a little bit more on the entry, just a smidge. This is probably for Jeff, but commentary eloquently put it that we're doing the correction burns to split the uprights. Can you
Oh, I had to change car. Didn't like my fast one.
The TPS, we don't expect it'll be successful, quite frankly. We have to hit the flight path angle accurately, and what we're doing over the next day and a half is ensuring that all of our...
Where the fuck are... Oh, it's gone and changed tracks. Oh, for God's sake. No idea where I am now. Oh, yes, I do. DPR gentlemen then, shall we? So no penalties at the start. Get on with it.
All of the crew's reaction on flyby day, all of the snippets that they shared with us, the imagery, the videos, and it just makes you want to continue to go back, right? I think that they said it best. This isn't the trip; it's the first of many trips, and we just need to continue on because there's so much there. Think about how much we thought we knew what was going on, and we thought we knew what the moon looked like, and now we see it a totally different way. I think we're going to see that on the next mission to the moon as well, and we just need to keep going.
Okay, we'll take two more here in the room and then head back to our phone bridge. Go ahead.
Hi, question about the astronaut schedule for the next few hours or next day or so. Just wondering, are they going to have the ability to talk to their family? Do they have a last meal aboard Orion they plan to eat? What are their activities before they actually get set up for that splashdown?
So right now, they're really focused on ensuring that the cabin is completely configured for entry.
Where the hell is this?
For operating the spacecraft and get their suits out. They have to get the seats out, and it just takes a fair amount of time to read through the cabin. Of course, they are sending messages to their families.
I don't remember coming here. Sure I have. Oh yeah, I know this place. I'm glad we're warming up. I can't remember this one.
The flight director in charge, and I need to make sure that I stay out of his way. We all have to make sure we stay out of his way.
Fucking German. Kicked out. Why was I kicked out? Bastards. Fucking Germans.
Is from David Denault with About Space Today News.
My question, a little bit later today,
I understand the astronauts are going to be trying on the orthostatic intolerance garment. Now, I kind of understand what that does, but is this something new for Artemis? And would you embellish a little bit more beyond just it's going to adjust the body?
Let's see. So I think you're talking about the orthostatic garment that we actually tried out yesterday. We had the crew put them on to test out and ensure we had a good fit. This is really the first layer of their suit that they put on here, and we'll put on tomorrow for reentry. And so the goal there is to make sure that we have a good suit fit, that we're getting all the pressure on the human body in the right ways to be able to come in and have a successful landing.
Okay, our next question is from Manuel with Exploración Especial.
Hey Siri, quieter. Hey Siri, quieter.
result of some dust that was kicked up. This happens frequently on the International Space Station, by the way. But the bottom line is no harm, no foul. Everything is in order on board integrity. All of the systems are in great shape, and the crew is pressing ahead with stowage of the cabin and review of their flight data file. One note from the mission status briefing that was concluded, Flight Dynamics has provided to us the total distance traveled between launch and splashdown for integrity that lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center, Pad 39B, back on Monday. It is calculated by Flight Dynamics that the total distance traveled for the Artemis 2 mission from launch to splashdown will be 694,481 miles. 694,481 miles. There's your official distance. And that includes the high Earth orbit that Integrity flew in for the first 24 hours of the flight prior to the translunar injection that sent the 4 astronauts off toward the moon and its lunar flyby earlier this week.
Yeah.
The crew is preparing to move into a conference with Flight Director Rick Henfling to discuss all of the burns that remain on the docket for this flight, and all of the review of those procedures for entry and splashdown off the coast of California.
The birth. What a Yankee. Auto Bianchi. Used. Auto Bianchi. Bath Auto Bianchi. Bath Auto Bianchi. Oh god, if we go to here, see a Bath Auto Bianchi's been added.
This is Mission Control Houston here in the control room as we take a look at this great view of the
Fucking hell.
field of view from one of the solar array wing cameras on Integrity. Shows the Earth. That's the port of call for Integrity for its splashdown
Integrity Houston for email. Everything is synced up. You are go to open email. And let us know if and when would be a good time to come on board with the HHPN. No worries, we copy.
Oh, fucking hell.
Inviting us to come on board to watch the crew at work on this final full day of activities for the Artemis II astronauts. Will be coming on board shortly. Once again, the view of the Earth that you saw a moment ago that will punch out again right there. We're 3 hours and 25 minutes away from reaching the halfway point on the journey home from the moon. Again, splashdown is scheduled. Splashdown is scheduled at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. Once the crew completes its briefing with Entry Flight Director Rick Henfling to review all of the procedures associated with the entry and splashdown in the Pacific tomorrow, the flight dynamics officer will provide an entry pad. This is basically a list of numbers that show the time of the burns remaining, particularly the RTC-3, or Return Trajectory Correction for 3 burn, that will take place early tomorrow afternoon, the final major maneuver to fine-tune the orientation of Integrity on its path to enter the Earth's atmosphere with precision to minimize peak heating on the vehicle and to bring it into the corridor that is close to the recovery ship, the USS John P. Murtha. There is a second return trajectory correction burn that's scheduled this evening at 9:53 p.m. Central Time. That is currently planned to be about an 8-second firing of the reaction control system thrusters with a resulting change in velocity of about 4.2 feet per second. Once again, fine-tuning Integrity's path toward the entry corridor, essentially a tunnel across the Pacific, southwest and northeast.
Acclimated. Fucking hell. Mad. Fair enough. I used to hit that wall a lot during licensing aspect. It's more important. Much more important. Oh yeah, is this the bloody silly season where they don't want you to win it? Will the bots take over? Bots me bad. Right, okay, let's do that. Put 4 on it. Now bloody mess up. Better already. Leak detection, what's that? The bloody nappies they're wearing? Sorry. Right, here we go. Another 2 minutes and I've got a goal. Yep, that's it. Right, 2 more minutes. Goal. He loves that bloody sand, doesn't he? I reckon he was a beach boy once. So I'm right, it's going to be 2 minutes now. So that beach landing. 2 minutes to go. Tapping somebody. Try not to hit the wall this time. Helicopter! Wow! Love this bit. This bit's great. We've got this exit here, not to hit that bloody blimp there. Oh, I've done it. Oh, Dino! Here's the other warbit. So can catch me out there. Oh, less than 2 minutes. Lap record. Pressure obviously. Yeah, that was it. So that's another first out the way that I didn't have. Previously only came second there. And that definitely helped enough for it. 35. Exit before the shutdown arrives. Everything switches off here at 10 p.m. of my electronics to save electricity. So they're all firsts now, apart from that stupid thing. Good. So that should show a better rate now. Yep. Thank you and good night. Somebody's watching. So thank you. I've got all the money I needed to get tonight, so I'm switching off the machine now. Good night.